Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today we have to get the black gloves out because we have something awesome. We have something, this was an impulse buy, a very expensive impulse buy. I'll say this right at the beginning. This knife was stupidly overpriced. This is not the type of knife that I recommend anybody buys, unless you're just a crazy collector. You know exactly what you're doing, right? You look at that price tag and you say, that's way too much money. I'll take it. That's exactly what happened with me. To my knowledge, I actually got the last one on the website. I don't know how many of these they made. This is a special version of a knife that Custom Knife Factory makes. Actually, I have the base version of this knife, but when I saw that they did this, I thought I gotta have it. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me. Make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. I did pay full price for this. There was no, actually I used some of my points from the NC Blade website. That's where this came from. So I think I got enough points for like $100 off or something like that. It still didn't get the price down anywhere close to where it should have been. So here's the knife. Let's take a look at the card here. This is the special edition of the Ratax, or one of the special variations. There's also a Damasteel version. I did see, I think I saw the one that was like the full timeout, and I was like, that's a little too much for me, right? But this version I thought looked pretty cool. I have the base version. This is the base version. I really like this knife. It looks like a Spyderco PM2 exposed to gamma radiation. Really, really nice. I don't like the 90-degree angle, access to the lock bar, but I do like everything else, and this is an integral. It's a really cool knife, but I think kind of a polarizing aesthetic. This, the reason for the gloves, right, is not because it's delicate. It's because I don't want to get fingerprints on it, because the finishes are going to look awesome. Oh boy, look at this. How spectacular. We're going to have to wipe this blade off, but let's go ahead. Let's see if I can just barely keep that one in frame there, because we'll bring it back. Let's open it up. I love Custom Knife Factory's polished DLC. And I will get these other knives out here in just a moment. I actually now own 3 from Custom Knife Factory that are in polished DLC coated M398. This is one of, if not, I'll say it's one of my favorite finishes, is a mirror or like a super high polished DLC. Just getting all of this. It's probably oil that's just been like sitting on it. But yeah, wow, that is really good looking. Holy moly. So this is a DLC titanium frame, of course, still integral. We still have the Zerkatai pivot collar on both sides there. Very cool. I don't think anything else is changed. This says 3, number 3. Good Lord. I don't know how many of these they made. I know that in the past they have like done groups of 10 or so, but that doesn't mean that that's how many of these there were, right? I have no idea. I also don't know if any other retailers ended up getting this. This is, oh man, just stupidly smooth. Stupidly smooth. There are, other variations of Custom Knife Factory knives that have come in polished DLC, and I have actually not ended up with them, and I've kind of tried to go out of my way to get these special variations, but this knife checks a lot of boxes for me. Mainly, the reason I bought it, right, to what should be no one's surprise, this was not purchased as a user, right? But every now and then I know that there's new people to the channel who just can't fathom that, but every now and then I have someone who's been here for years, and they're like, you ain't even gonna use it? I'll use my users. But no, this, despite what you may think, was not purchased as a, with the idea of it being a user, right? Yeah, I think I'm going to continue to go out of my way to pick these special variations up. Two of the other special variations that are in the same category, I'm actually going to try and wipe these off. These have recent live stream spittle on them, I guess. But anyways, we have the Sakosha, the CKF Sakosha, which is a very similar color scheme or like combination, right? And then probably what will always be the crowd favorite is the Peter Rizzenti Snafu. Is it the 4.0 large, right? These I need to just sort of like, I think I need to just use the EDCI or whatever to spray them off. Yeah, this trio here, I don't want to spray it all over the desk. This trio here is quite the, it's quite the combination of lookers. Just kind of wiping it off. By the way, the EDCI formula, I'm not sure that, that's going to be the number one, like, protectant. I think people have done some tests and it doesn't necessarily do the best job versus the competition, but I'm just using it to like kind of get some of these little dots off of the blade so that we can all partake in the viewing of the polish here. But anyways, Sakosha, very nice. And then I'm also going to get this guy real quick just so that we can have it looking good for the video. But yeah, the Custom Knife Factory and Peter Rizzenti Snafu 4.0 large in this configuration, I think will probably always be, the crowd favorite and probably also, honestly, my favorite. Like, it's just really, really good looking. But this is a welcome addition to this trio here. This is awesome. Custom Knife Factory, despite being, these two are, and I forget all the names involved, right? But Marfione has his name in these two, and as soon as you add Marfione to something, it just is more money just because, right? Realistically, right, we are looking at a knife that was manufactured in China. Now, I think it's common knowledge at this point that the OEM for CKF is Kevin John, who is very enigmatic and mysterious, and I don't know what else they do, but they are absolutely 100% one of the best OEMs on earth when it comes to precision. I mean, it is incredible. I don't know if they still, I know a long time ago that they used to make some clones. I don't know if they still do that. I think they've steered away from it, but obviously with a mysterious, OEM like them, that who knows, right? But this is a Chinese produced item. It is top tier Chinese manufacturing. On top of that, we do have an integral frame. We do have a little bit of Zircotai, and the most expensive part of the knife for sure is the mirror polished DLC coated M398 blade. All of those things combined, how much should this realistically cost? In my opinion, I don't know. Maybe, it's a pretty high-end integral. Like, you can get a nice Chinese integral, full-size integral that's got contouring and texturing, inlay work, all of that, and it's made out of a really nice blade steel for right around $400. So the addition of, the upcharge for the nicer steel, M398 obviously is going to be a step up, and your DLC is going to add to that. The mirror polishing is definitely going to add to it, right? A lot of times you can bump the price from the mirror polishing alone by $150 to $200, right? So let's be as fair as possible and say that this is a $750 knife. That's where $750 to $800. It costs way more than that, way more, right? So when I say, I'm a collector, I'm a content creator. This content is meant to, inform and entertain as much as possible. But this is not something that I recommend that you go buy with the idea that, you're getting dollar for dollar, every last bit of value out of it. It's not really the tier of knife where you're going to get that. Every person involved with the project is going to take a little piece of that. So there's markup there. And then there's just extra markup just because reasons, right? All of these have that. They all have been marked up that way. They're all just crazy expensive. But this Ratax, I'm still not sure exactly how to say it. I'm just getting stuff out of this folder. This seems to be the most absurdly marked up, right? These two at the bottom were the most expensive by far because they're integrals. This one's not an integral, but it still had a crazy price tag on it. So, but anyways, I am very, very happy with this. I think that this is a gorgeous knife. I'm happy to actually have two. Here's the blade centering. I hadn't actually showed that. I now have a standard version of this and the upgraded version of this. My standard version is just like a matte DLC, I think, with carbon fiber. And then, of course, I have the standard version of this as well. That's this guy right here, the Snafu 4.0L. I had at one point planned to use this as turn this into a user, but I don't think I'm going to. This is very valuable by itself. Even not being the upgraded version. This guy's just crazy rare. So I don't know. I don't know which one. I would venture to guess that over time, the one that will maintain the most value is always going to be the Peter Rosenti. But really happy to add this one into the collection. That's such a good looking knife. That's going to be it for today. I have already reviewed the Ratax, so if you want to check that video out, you can. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.